Incredible greetings. Hello, everyone. Incredible greetings. All right, we are going to get everything all set up over here, and then we are going to get started. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in, everyone. All right, let me see. Okay, I want to make sure. Last time my microphone wasn't working over here, but hopefully the microphone is working this time over on the tick of the talk. So hopefully it is, I don't know. It's like it's not a, I wonder where it's coming from, primary microphone. Hopefully you guys can actually hear me over there. All right, I need to just adjust something right here real quick on my live video. I need to just How y'all doing today? As you can see from the thumbnail, we are going to discuss shipping options for small businesses. I don't want to edit the post. I want to edit my privacy. There we go. Oh, I got to sneeze. Excusez-moi. Okay. There we go on that one. All right, we should now be able to share. There we go. All right, select all. We are going to get started. If you are watching the playback of this, this is a replay of a live broadcast. So we have to share it out, make sure that, we are actually broadcasting everywhere. So if you are watching the playback of this, just be patient with us, okay? As soon as you see the, banner, gone away. So if you want to fast forward, that's where we're going to get started at. So just keep an eye out for the banner not showing, because right now I am simply sharing this out. Okay. In the meantime, in between time, while you guys are waiting, go ahead, drop your city, state, let me know where you're watching from, or just drop a hey, how you doing? If you know where it's at, or you can actually type it out and just type the word peacock, and then the peacock will come up. So you guys can do that as well, just so that I know who's watching. Don't forget, if you're watching in front, like from one of my groups, to scroll down and give StreamYard permission if you would like, so it doesn't say Facebook user. Yeah, I don't know. For some reason, it doesn't work on my phone. I don't have time for this. Let's just go paste. And yeah. All right. There we go. So hello, 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 everyone. Let's get over here and we're going to get started. How many of you guys in your entrepreneurship journey, like you're at a point in your business now where you are no longer just doing local orders and you're having to ship out products? How many of you guys are at that stage and you are struggling with the cost of shipping and you're trying to figure out how to save on shipping? How many of you guys are doing this whole free shipping to kind of lure, to make it more appealing or more enticing for your customers, but maybe feel like that's really not working for you? There has to be a better option. If this is you, definitely comment and let me know what if you're having any issues with your shipping, or have you been holding back on promoting more to where you have to ship because you are afraid of shipping. Someone says, I do free shipping and it's not working. Thank you for saying bless you. Hello, 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 everyone. All right, let's see over here. Over on TikTok, do we have anyone who is having some challenges when it comes to shipping and you need better options? All right, let's see. Let's see here. Let's see. Oh, come on. My computer's acting crazy. Can you guys still hear me okay? I don't know. It's telling me that my resources are low. And it's, to me, it's like my microphone on TikTok, it's like it's barely moving. If you're watching over on TikTok, can you let me know if you can hear me loud and clear? Because the slider is like barely moving. I want to make sure that everyone can hear me before I get into this, to make sure that you guys don't miss any valuable information. So let me know. I know that you guys can over on Facebook and YouTube. It's showing like my slider is like barely moving over on TikTok. That's what I'm more so concerned about. So I want to know if I should probably go ahead and just end that one, because like if the audio isn't working over there. So if somebody can let me know if you're able to hear me over on TikTok. Okay, you guys can hear me. Okay, awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Hello, everyone. I am Shakia, the professor of HSINK365. We are the home of the Honesty Speaking brand of products. We carry the absolute best sublimation paper and ink. Our sublimation paper allows you to sublimate as low as 365 degrees, as fast as 30 seconds. Our sublimation bottles and pigment ink bottles are 140 milliliters, so you get more bang for your buck. All orders before 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time get shipped out the same day. We also are the home of 365 Creative Academy, where I help you to unlock your creativity in a wide variety of trainings, emphasis on things that's going to help you in your business. Now, if you're just someone that does this as a hobby and you just wanted to learn how to perfect your skills, we have a lot of like hands-on like project trainings. We also have design ones, and we also teach about business, like with our summer school that is taking place. We actually have a session this evening at 6:30 p.m. We're teaching you about design, about business, and about the actual production of these like various items over the next 5 weeks. Well, now it's like 4 weeks because it's the end of week one. I'm excited about it, being getting into the production week next week. But we do trainings like this. I've been doing these different types of live videos and trainings for about 8, almost 9 years now, whether it is on printer repair, sublimation, using Silhouette Studio for design, other softwares for design, making actual projects like party favors or shirts or tumblers or mugs. We've actually even done some balloon things over on this channel. We've actually done quite a few balloon tutorials for basic columns and things like that. So you get a wide variety of information to help you if you are in the creative business. And for me, that's like anyone that does anything like handmade, and that just involves a little bit of creativity. So this is definitely where you want to be at if that is the lane that you're trying to operate in. So as I mentioned, today we are going to talk about shipping options. There will come a time, well, most people, you kind of start off maybe doing local. Some people go into it very ambitious and they're like, look, I want to go viral online. I want to ship around the country, ship around the world if possible. So some people go into it like ready to just take the nation by storm. But a lot of people, like me, I started off locally. I really had no desire to deal with the shipping because there's so many variables involved when it comes to shipping, relying on them just getting your product there. And then if they don't get it there in time, your customer's not necessarily looking at, the shipping carrier. They're looking to you. And it's like, okay, hey, this did not get here on time. What are you going to do? Like, I want my money back. I want a refund. Or, you're dealing with those things to get a refund. And, do you even have insurance on it where if you have to refund your customer, you're not left out in the cold because you are able to file a claim. These are all things that some small business owners or entrepreneurs, like, we don't think about until it actually happens. So we're going to break down a few resources for you to save money on shipping, and then just some things that you need to know to protect yourself once you decide that you are going to move into the shipping part of business. You're going to scale to that and you're going to ship things out. All right. Sounds good? Something that you guys are interested in? Just by show of hands, who needs this information? Who needs information about shipping? All right, so I see a couple of I do's. Me, raise hands over here. Me, okay. See another hand there. All right. Me. Cool beans. All right, so this is going to be valuable for you guys. So it's, we got some people on where you need this information. This is going to be a good live for you. If you happen to not be able to stay on for the whole thing, don't worry. All of my videos are saved and you can always go back and watch the playbacks of these videos. Okay. So I guess we're gonna do a little question and answer first. Just wanted to figure out, where we're at. I'm gonna give you all the information. Don't worry about it. I just want to kind of know a little bit about where you guys are right now. Okay. So where do you guys currently go to ship? Okay. No, I do not. I do not teach Affinity at all. That's not really one of my programs of choice. I do have it. I think I've done a video or two before, but no, I don't teach Affinity. I mainly teach Silhouette Studio. And then we just this year started teaching Photoshop. I've used Photoshop for a long time, but we just incorporated that into our academy. Okay, so UPS or the post office. Okay. Going straight to the UPS store. All right. Is there anyone that does their shipping labels already, like from home or from your office, where you can just drop them off? Is there anyone that is currently doing it to where you don't have to go physically to the post office or to the UPS store, and you are doing it at home, and where you can either give it to your mail carrier or take it to a center where they will accept the mail? Because there's actually quite a few places where you can drop off at. Someone says, I need to learn how to do that. Well, guess what? You are on the right video. You clicked on the live on the right day, because we're going to show you how to do that from home. Save time, save money. Okay. All right. So I will say, for me, when I first started, like I said, I started locally. Like, I did not want to deal with all of the hassles of shipping, things getting there on time. I will say that I may or may not have a little issue with time management. Maybe have a little issue with time management sometimes. So it was a lot of pressure for me when it comes to shipping out, because you have to worry about those shipping times, right? If it's someone that's local, I could work up until like the point I told you, okay, yeah, it's going to be ready at 4. I might just be putting it and wrapping it up at 3:58. Okay, look, it can't be just me. It can't be just me. Who else is like literally working on an order right before you have to go deliver it? Or if you're like an event planner or something like that, like how I was, you are working on items right before you are about to pack up your car to go to your event, or right before your client gets to you, or your customer gets to you. Who's going to have an honest moment? Who's going to speak honestly and say that they're like the professor, and struggle with just a little bit of time management and making sure that we get it out in time? Okay, so we got somebody over here on TikTok. They raised their hand. Okay. All right, okay, we got a couple. So it is. So I'm not alone. I got at least 3. I'm not alone. I got at least 3 people who are like me, right? So I dreaded the thought of shipping, because that meant that if they needed their whatever day they needed their product on, I had to fix it into my schedule, and I had to like train my brain to say, okay, the due date for this is not this date. The due date for this is a week before that, because I want to ship it out. And even though with like priority mail and things like that, it might get to someone 2 days, anything could happen. I live in Florida. Okay. We have hurricanes and it's hot here. Things just end up disappearing. We have storms, all kind of stuff can happen. So I never wanted to okay, it's going to get there like in 2 days if it was for a specific event. So I avoided it. Like, I really avoided it, unless it was like someone in Florida. And I'll tell you what I used to do for people who are in Florida. I was still afraid of the whole shipping through UPS and like the post office and things like that. So Greyhound, you really can do it for anywhere, but it was always cheaper in Florida if you went outside of the state. It got a little expensive, but Greyhound, they used to have it where you could basically put your packages and your customer will go and pick it up from like the nearest Greyhound station. So I would ship things to Orlando, ship things to Jacksonville via Greyhound, because for me, I felt like that was a safe option. I mean, I'm just hoping that, you have to get these people to there. So even if it was to break down, they're going to get a new bus. It's still going to get to that location. So that's what I did for a long time. And I eased into shipping, and I would just do Florida and I would ship it through Greyhound. Did anybody know that you could actually ship packages through Greyhound? If you did not know, check it out. They should still be doing it. So then it was like, somebody referred me to somebody else who was not here. And I'm like, oh, wait, I have to ship this where? Oh, my gosh. So at first, I used to go straight to USPS's website, which you actually do kind of save a little bit versus going into the store. And I think it has something to do with the fact that, I mean, like, you're the one doing the work. So when you're going into the location, yeah, there's just a sense of security of going in there and like paying for it. If you just had cash, you did not really operate with credit cards, you need to be able to go in there to pay them cash. We live right across the street from a post office, and it's like going in there for stamps and things like that. I think eventually I got to the point where we would just go to the store and get stamps. But we did some things that were, in the post office. So of course, I always, I ship things through there, but it was always like stamps. It was like envelopes, things that didn't require like you to weigh it and all that kind of stuff. So, hold on. Ow. Okay, there we go. So I did learn like from one of the ladies at the post office. She's like, well, you can't avoid this. You can do it at home. So I think when you're going in there, because it's like interaction with their employees, they have to pay them and stuff. It costs a little bit more when you go right into the post office. So she told me about going to USPS like website, and you can actually, do the calculator there. So I was able to do that, and I didn't have a website then. So it's like, how do I figure out how much the shipping is so that I can tell my customers, because I don't want to wait until it's done and then I go and say, okay, well, shipping's going to be $20, $20. Oh no, forget that. Refund me. I knew I did not want to deal with that from beginning. Like, I knew that day one. So, going in to get the amount, to figure out how much it was, they have a calculator on there. So you can go put your location, put where it's going to, what the weight is, the size, all that stuff. And it'll give you a rate from USPS, which was still, like I said, cheaper than going directly into the store, into, an actual location. So eventually, and that during that time, it was still, I was using PayPal, but not using PayPal. So once I actually switched my PayPal account over to a business account, I was like just kind of looking around for some things, and I saw that PayPal had shipping. So I was using almost from day one, like outside of the Greyhound, I think I'm gonna use go to the website like one time, like USPS, like one or two times. Then I found out about PayPal, and that's, some people don't like PayPal, but for me back in the day, PayPal, ship now, baby. PayPal could do no wrong when it came to me, because it just made it so much easier to ship things out, and it was cheaper. I was like, even from me going to the website and what those rates were there, like 2 or 3 times I had to send some stuff out from there. Two or three. Yeah, it was like 2 or 3 times I had to send. The pricing, the rates were different. So from that point on, I was using, PayPal.com, ship now, /ship now. And I've been talking about that for years, saying that was an option. I've taught on that a couple of times. Now they have changed to where PayPal.com /ship now is actually ShipStation. So you still get the same great rates, but before, I used to be able to put it through PayPal. When people paid their invoices, I was able to go in there and, for them to see it. And I think, like now, some people say, the whole hold that PayPal has, like with your money. And I think because I was shipping through PayPal.ship now, like from the invoices, I'm not sure if maybe that's why I didn't have like that issue, or maybe they just incorporated this whole thing of waiting like 21 days, like no matter what the order is, even if it's shipped out. I think when you first get a PayPal account, you have to wait 21 days to get your money. But I never really had that, because I was using that. So I was always telling people PayPal.com, ship now, all these different things. And I went from there to having my website. So I will say that, pause, back up. I'm missing a step. From going to the UPS website, there was a lot of advertisements for stamps.com, but you had to pay a monthly membership with stamps.com to be able to get those discounted rates, right? So I eventually went from straight to USPS. Then I went to stamps.com, and I was like, I'm not about to pay this. Like, I did like the free trial, and then I saw that thing hit my account. I'm like, oh wait, no, I don't ship that much for y'all to be taking this out every single month. I'm just doing shipping like here or there. So I went to do the research, and then that's when I saw, like, from my invoice, I can do it through PayPal. So I went on there, set the account up. And so then I went to my website. So I did not do a lot of research with all of these other options, because through my Shopify account, you get shipping discounts. And I knew that it was still cheaper than what the rates that I was getting going straight to USPS, even stamps.com, going straight through my website. Because of how they're set up, I was saving on it. But in teaching other businesses about this, like everyone doesn't have the luxury of having a website. So I did start to research some things. And then some of the places I found out about like shipping was because I watch a lot of like YouTube, like vlog channels and different, well, now it's more podcasts on there now. But before it was just like regular family vlogs, and they do sponsorships. So then they'll mention like Shippo. And they'll have that in there because like a paid sponsorship. So I think that was the first one that I found out about was Shippo through one of my vlog channels that I watch, and that was a sponsor post. I was like, oh, okay, well, let me go see what that is. Never really set up an account. It was just interesting because they mentioned that you can save on shipping. And at that time I was teaching. So I was like, okay, let me go research that. Then I heard from, I want to say it's Angela Jasmina, because she mentioned something that was critical for me, was the end of day scan, which now Shopify has, but they didn't always have it. And so she mentioned about an end of day scan through Pirate Ship. Okay, well, now let me go and check out what Pirate Ship is. And then PayPal moved from Ship Now to ShipStation. So those are the three that we are going to talk about today. ShipStation, Pirate Ship, and Shippo. These are all places where you can go in and buy your labels from home. You can print them from home and then just give them to, if you see a UPS truck, you can hand it to them. Or you can go drop it off at a UPS store. You can give the ones that's through USPS, you can give that to the mail carrier when they come to pick up your mail. You can even schedule, if you're doing a lot of shipments, like when we first started, we scheduled for them to come and pick them up. Now we are literally right across the street from the post office, so we just take it there. And then we like going to our UPS store because it's a small business, so we don't want the carrier to come pick it up because we can schedule for them. So we take them to our UPS store to support that small business, because if you don't know, they don't get the full thing, but they do get a little something when you take your package that you already have the labels for and you go to the UPS store. They do get, some credit for it. So if you can support a UPS store, if you're going to, do the print from home option and take it there versus just dropping it off like at Office Depot and places like that, or just giving it to a UPS driver when you see them, if you're able to, right? But that's what we did. With USPS, there are some options that can save you money. When I did mine, it was like right when they started doing like the flat rate boxes, but there's also something called regional boxes, and I use those quite a bit when I shipped to certain places. I would use the regional boxes. And then with all the other ones, I just do priority, because you still kind of have like that same price range, depending on if it's like a lot of stuff in it. It might be a little bit less, like for me, for certain areas, to send it regional, especially when I was doing my party in a box. It was easy for me to send it regional. But we're going to talk about those locations. I see some people have said Pirate Ship. Okay. So I saw someone say that. I think I saw someone say Shippo. Yep. There we go. Shippo. So some of you guys do know about these options. Okay. I have an account, but I never used it. You have an account with who? I'm not sure which one you have an account with. I use Pirate Ship, and I just got a thermal label printer. We're going to talk about that because that definitely is useful. There's more use for a thermal printer than just shipping labels. I hate shipping with a passion. I like local pickups. However, people see local customer items and then they reach out. I need a cheaper way to ship, so I needed this. Awesome. Okay. All right, so we're going to go to, I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to show you guys some of these options, and then we're going to talk about things like thermal printers. When we first started out, I did not do the thermal thermal printer thing. So before we go there, but let's talk about just labels real quick. You can print them out on any printer, right? If you are using like your typical HP, Canon, Lexmark, that ink will smear, right? If it gets wet, it bleeds. That's one of the reasons why I love pigment ink printers, because it doesn't run. So when I was shipping, I was able to just get a label, print it on regular sticker. Actually, I didn't start using sticker paper for a while. So I would print it out on regular paper, tape it down. Then I started using sticker paper. But again, even if you use sticker paper, if you're using dye-based inks, it would wash out. So another check for pigment ink, because it's water resistant. And I would just kind of put it on there. And then I used to do that way because I couldn't stand getting packages where it's like someone just took the packing tape and just went over the label. Have any of you guys done that, to where you just take clear packing tape and just cover the label? That used to drive me crazy to get packages like that. So pigment ink worked for me because I can just tape the ends, and no matter what, that label was not going to run. Eventually, I started to get the packing slips where you can put anything. So now you don't have to spend money on labels. You can print it on regular paper. There's a packing slip I'm going to show you guys on Amazon. But I just wanted to ask that question before I went over to the computer. For those of you who do ship, and if you have ever printed them from home, were you using your printer and just putting packing tape over it? Oh, see, someone said guilty. I knew I would find at least one person. I knew it. I knew I would get at least one person. All right, so let's go ahead and share my screen. And then for you guys. Uh-oh. Okay, hold on. Okay. Can you guys still hear me? It said no audio source detected. Can everyone still hear me on all platforms? Can everyone still hear me on all platforms? Okay, perfect. All right. So, shameless plug, shop.hsink365.com. All right. So you have Pirate Ship. Okay. You can go on here, you can create a free account. And you'll see here as far as like their rates. So you can go in, and just like USPS, you can get an estimate of what it's going to cost without putting in like their information. So as you are prepping your order, if you are using the same things kind of like all the time, my chair is so wobbling. So let's say you're someone that does tumblers. You can just however many tumblers you have, you can multiply it. It is good, is best. I'll say good. If nothing else, you need to have some type of shipping, some type of scale. If you have to start off using the food scale that is in your kitchen, do that, because guess who has done that? All right. I have used a kitchen scale before to weigh them. Before we got like an actual postal type scale. So don't feel like you have to run out and get the postal one that you can connect to your computer. And because there are ways where you can put it on there, it'll register it, it'll input it. Don't feel like you have to go that route. If all you have is a food scale, use that food scale. If it's not something that's too big, and measure your items. If you can't measure the whole box, measure the individual items and just kind of do the math on it to give you a roundabout number of how much that's going to weigh. Oh, see, somebody said, yep, I did that. See, I don't feel so bad. Yes. Okay. I'm not alone in this. But you can go ahead and put and get an estimate. So let's see. Someone give me a zip code. So we're going to go from where we are here, 33056. And then I just need a zip code. I need someone to type in a zip code. And then I also need someone to tell me on average, like think about a recent order that you had and that you shipped out. Now, only if you shipped it out via straight going through the post office, or if you shipped it out via UPS going to the UPS store. Tell me the weight of it, and we're going to see, what this is going to be. Okay. Like how it's going to come out. All right. So, oh, wow. I saw a couple of them. All right. So 28504. All right. So we're going to go 28504. And then what type of box it is, whether it's a rigid box, if it's a soft pack, if it's a USPS flat rate packaging, if it's UPS packaging. So let's just go with a padded or just an envelope. All right. So under 1 pound, then you probably did first class shipping. We're going to talk about why I don't recommend first class shipping, but let's see if we have another weight. Okay. So someone else says, I use my food scale all the time. Okay. I don't feel so bad. Yes. I'm not alone in these streets. Okay, so 5 pounds, and UPS 5 pounds, it was $8. But so you went to the UPS store and got that rate? Did you go? So I'm looking for ones who have gone to the UPS store, or you've gotten a quote for shipping and it seems really high to you. I'm just going to go 11 by 17. I'm not thinking about the size of a poly mailer right now. All right, but I'm just going to go 5 pounds. All right. And I'm not even sure what city this is. We're just going to go see rates. All right. So the cubic rate to go from Miami to, I'm not sure where this is. I just asked for a zip code. I should have asked what city it was. So the cheapest would be $9.59, but she said she got it. So it also depends on where you shipped yours from. So that's in North Carolina. Okay. And it's also the size of your packaging too. So we put 5 pounds. That is $9.59 US parcel. I don't recommend There's a lot of issues when doing with parcels. So 1023 UPS ground would have been 1208. 3 days select 1584. Second day airmail 2009. Second next day air 4451. Express mail through USPS would have been 58 58.28. So that's like basically getting it next day, but now it's the weekend. So that would be because it's a weekend rate, they would get it on Monday. But look at that, the difference in next day air saver. So even just going through UPS, most people think that USPS is like the only option, but going through sites like this introduces you to other resources. So you could have saved quite a bit of money going through this and still got next day air through UPS versus Priority Mail Express, which is next day, which is 58.25. Okay. So when you went to the store, it was 11 and some change. How far did it go? Like how many, was it a far distance? Was it within the same state? Was it a few states over? Let me know that if you know, remember the zip codes that you use to ship. So did it go from this zip code to another one? So if you let me know that one, I'll see what the rate is on Pirate Ship. All right. So let's take that same one, and I'm going to go only because of the show 90210. I know that's going all the way to California. All right. So it went to 1366. I think this was the same. I can't even go back, but that might have been the same. 3 days select, next day air 51. Look at the difference here. Now, if you were to go into the post office, it would be even more than that. So they're telling you that you're going through this site, you're saving 15%. So it would have been $83.55 had you gone into the post office. Okay. Someone says, I always use Etsy shipping, and I'm going to let you know what's happening when it comes to Etsy shipping, or even through Shopify or any of those places. Okay. All right, let's see. I'm going to check where else in Florida? Let's see. Let's go to keep it in Florida. So let's go Orlando, Florida zip codes. Oh, 32804. So see here, that's a big difference in keeping it in state. All right. I'm also going to take this down. So let's say we had a smaller poly mailer. So let's just go a 10 by 8. So it does change it just a little bit. If you don't know, the size of your box or your envelope, your container, does affect your final price, because then they're starting to think about like, well, how can, is this somewhere we can kind of tuck somewhere if we have to stack it? So the bigger it is, the more it's going to cost. So same location, same weight. If this box was, let's say, 24, oh well, it's an envelope, so we can't go over 18. So let's say 18 by 10. So that one didn't change too much, but now let's go to a box and let's go height, let's just say 6. So it went up just a little bit with that one, right? So I'm going to take my box up to 24. That one, this changed significantly over here. Went from $7 to like $10. Actually, no, I think these changed. That wasn't UPS as the cheapest before. So let me go back down to 18. Who was up there before? Wasn't it UPS, USPS? So parcel was actually up there as cheap as before, which is $7.18. So if I go and I take this to 20, I put there 24, and then I go see rates. Now UPS ground is the cheapest. Parcel went up to $11.18. So you want to kind of look at these things when you're, as a business owner, you should have your journal. And if you are used to shipping out, like, what is your average order? So if it's like one shirt, you can pretty much figure out, like, off the top, know what kind of mail you're going to use. You can put that in. You're going to know that weight off the top of your head. If your average order is, 5 shirts or whatever the weight is, you need to start writing these down. Yes, you can go on this site and you can get these rates, but if you have your notebook and you kind of keep a running track of where it was shipped to, what the weight was, this can also help you when you're trying to give someone a quote before you waste all of your time. You can kind of say, okay, well, it's going to average based off your order size. It's going to average about X, Y, and Z for shipping, give or take. It could be a little bit more, it could be a little bit less. But if that average cost is like, let's say $18 and they're like, no, then there's no sense in you wasting your time. So once you kind of put in some rates, you start to write them down and keep track of them. It's going to help you when you are just like giving quotes to your customers without having to do all of this. Okay. So that's one. Then and this is 100, no monthly fees, anything like that. Like I said, you can start shipping in seconds. They don't have an option where you can print multiple labels on one sheet, or you can do the thermal label route. And once you pay for it, it'll ask you how you want to print it out. So then we have ShipStation, which I'm not logged into my PayPal. Dang it. I think I can still. So I personally don't pay a monthly fee for ShipStation because I go through PayPal. But this is one to where you would have to pay for it. Pirate Ship is going to be the better option because it's 100% free. I will tell you that Shippo and ShipStation, they do have a monthly fee for it. I don't feel like it's too much of a difference, but again, it might be because I have a PayPal account that I've had for 15 years now. So I'm not sure if how that goes, but you have I don't even know if I saw that on there on Pirate Ship. international and seeing DHL. So they have DHL rates on ShipStation and Shippo. But if you're only going to ship up to 50 packages a month, it's $9.99. Whether you ship one package to 50 packages, that's what it is. And that's what I did not like about stamps.com. But for me, for ShipStation, I don't have this because I go through PayPal. Okay. I was trying to see if they would let me see the pricing without going through this. Because I'm not logged into my PayPal. Okay, shipping calculator. There we go. All right, so we're going to go to 90210 again. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to go weight of 5, and we're going to go, what was that? I think first time I did 11 by, well, let's just say 7. Let's just say 2. Get rates. We're going to come back over here, 90210, and then we did 11, 7. I think I did 2, and I think I still did 5 pounds. Did I do 5 pounds? I don't remember. All right, let's go. I forget what I put on there, y'all. Let's go back. I forget. Oh, come on. Did I put 5 pounds on there? I don't remember. So here, 90210. I think I did do 5 pounds. 5, 11, 7. I think I did 2. So first class meal would only be $4.44. Ooh, 360. I probably would have been tempted to use 365. Y'all know how I feel about that number. USPS parcel 856, priority mail 1007, priority mail express 3810. So if we go over here, get shipping rates. Parcel 856, 856. Priority mail. Where's priority mail? Oh, priority mail cubic, 1085. Over here, you technically save a little bit more, but of course, you're paying a monthly fee. If you were someone that was doing a high volume of shipping, paying for that one would help you because when you're paying, you do get a slightly cheaper rate. So that would be 1007 here. And then USPS Priority Express was 3810 over here. Express was 70. That's a lot. So this is why, like for them, they're offering you a better rate if you are paying, you're paying into it monthly. And if you're doing a lot of shipping up to 50 packages, that's a big difference. 3810 versus 70. Big difference. So we can see why, it can be beneficial if you're doing a high volume shipping. But if you're just doing onesies and twosies and like the majority of things are still locally and you don't have a website, then that's where, pirate ship will be more beneficial to you. And then if we go over here to Shippo, let's just check those same rates. And well, first let's look at their pricing. So their pricing plans, come on now. So a starter is free, no monthly subscription fees, no per label fees with Shippo, best rates with USPS, UPS, DHL. It's 5 cents with your own connected carrier accounts, meaning like if you go through FedEx, they charge you 5 cents per label. Professional is for high volume. It's $10 a month. So if you need to do batch, which is, I'll talk about that more so in like our business one, because for some, like who have like clothing brands, let's say they do a major drop and they're sending out a bunch of stuff at one time, you want to batch it versus doing one by one. So you're paying more so for convenience when you're paying for like these sites, right? And you get better rates, just like with Shopify. I get a better rate on one of our websites versus another one, based off of the plan that I have with Shopify. And it's kind of the same thing when it comes to Etsy as well. All right, so let's go over here to pricing, go to shipping calculator and accept all cookies. We're going to go shipping from 33056, shipping to 90210. We're going to go poly mailer, and it was 11, 7, and 5 pounds. Show discounted rates. Parcel, things like that are going to be the same, probably about the same amount. Which this is kind of weird because it says it's scratched off and it said $845 and they're charging $856. Kind of weird. Over here, priority mail $1085. You'll see that those don't change. It's going to be here. So with Shippo and Pirate Ship are the same amount. And this is probably going to be with their free one, which is, about right because it's the free account. If you're paying for it, it'll end up being like you had the one for the better rates. It'll probably be closer to what ShipStation would charge you. So this is pretty much in line with the others, okay? But this also has, so this was like if you use their packaging. Like I said, I used to use regional boxes, and that's what I would do. And it's like, it's a certain rate. It's almost like a flat rate, but it's based off of the region it's going to. So for a while when I was using PayPal Ship Now, I was using regional boxes and I got a slightly better rate than just using a regular box or priority mail box. But these are your options. So let's recap. What was the first one that we showed? What's the first site that you can use? What was the first one? Okay, Pirate Ship. There we go. The second one. What is the second option? I don't ship outside the US. Yeah, a lot of people don't like to ship outside because you have to deal with shipping. You're supposed to know the code for it. It can be tricky. Little tip, if you do ship outside the US, don't seal your box because they're going to open it up anyway. It's better like for you to take it directly to like someone that does DHL, or even if you buy your label, don't seal it because they're going to have to look through it anyway. So that's a little tip if you do ship internationally. The second one was ShipStation. ShipStation is also available through what option? Who else will give you the option to ship through ShipStation? Okay, all right. I can't click on yours over here on TikTok, but PayPal. So if you have a PayPal account, when you go into the shipping part, it no longer does it in PayPal. You'll be directed to ShipStation. And like for us, even like everyone that pays, even though we have our website, if someone pays for it through PayPal, because it's connected, I automatically see it on our PayPal account. And it'll tell me about, do I want to create a shipping label for that? So it will connect right to ShipStation from your PayPal account. Okay. Yep. PayPal. And the last option was technically the first option was the one I said I'll never use again, but we're going to see that's going to be a bonus question if y'all can remember that one. But the last option was, which some people already put on here, was Shippo, which was another option that you can use that you pay into that I said I personally did not care for. What was that one? That's the bonus question. Let's see who was paying attention. Who's been on for a while? Because I mentioned that briefly in the beginning. The first place that I went to ship from home. Where was the first company that I went through to ship from home? No one was paying attention. Ah, there we go. Oh, well, yeah, that's true. That's actually a good answer, but it was stamps. Yeah, first place I tried was stamps.com. I've never done, I'm not sure what that is. I've never done shipmates. I'm not sure what that is. But yes, stamps.com, technically, you can check it out if you want. I will say stamps that's where we got our first. Is that right? I think that's where I got my first actual shipping scale from was stamps. And I realized, chat, you can go dang on. That one messed up. And then I realized you can go on Amazon and get it. All right. So now we're going to talk about places to get your supplies. All right. So, of course, Amazon. Amazon is a great resource, especially if you're not doing high volume. You're able to get things like boxes, poly mailers if you want specific colors. Those of you who get your packages from us here at HSINK365 know that we like our cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. Don't ask me. Well, the purple came from our other business, Elite Prints, which is now HSINK365 Prints. So we did have like that smaller purple one. But our signature colors, cyan, magenta, yellow, and black, that is what we ship our packages out in. So we wanted to be able to get poly mailers for that. If you wanted to spruce it up and you wanted decorative ones with florals and things like that, you can go to Amazon. Or if you start to need like a high volume, a large amount of them, like we have Global Industrial, you can do Uline. There's a lot of different places where you're going to be able to buy them in bulk and be able to save a little bit of money. But you have poly mailers, you have padded mailers. You also have, like when it comes to your boxes and things like that, you can get those from all those places. Amazon, Uline. We use Global Industrial, and there's another one. I can't think of the name right now because we had to order from them just one time because Global didn't have what we needed. So you can order from them to get your supplies. You also can get boxes if you're going to do priority mail. If you're not really worried about branding and not like shipping it off with their branding, you can get boxes from USPS and from UPS. USPS, you can go in, get a few from there, whether it's the mailers or if it's like their different boxes. You can also have them shipped to you. I used to do a lot of longer prints and things like that. So I used to get these, like they're like a not a comb. I guess, yeah, a comb. So it's to be like this. So it's this long tube, and I used to use that to ship out some of like our party things. So they have all sorts of different boxes, different shapes. They have some that are made like they're shoe boxes. There's just so many different ones. That's where we used to get our regional boxes from. And they will bring them right to your front door. Now, it does take some time to get them, especially those specialty ones, like my regional boxes. I would have to wait sometimes like 30 days or more to get them, but they will come and they're free and they just deliver them right to you. So you don't always have to go to the post office to, grab a few here and there. And then those specialty ones, you're not going to find in the post office. You're going to have to order it from their website. So that's an option if you don't want to pay, a few cents here and there for your own boxes, whether they are branded or if they are just plain boxes. Like for us, we have so many different types, so many different sizes of paper, and then people order in bulk in different sizes. Those USPS boxes just wouldn't work for me. But if you're someone that's just starting out and you're just shipping out a tumbler here or there, a shirt here or there, you can get either their priority mail envelope. You can fit a shirt in there. You are able to modify the size of them. There's a lot of YouTube videos on how to modify the size of different things and be able to use that. There are some other tricks of the trade that if you are in our summer school or if you attend any of the seminars, when we talk about shipping out some of these items, I'm going to share some things with you that I can't share on here. But if you're in the seminar or in the full summer school, you're going to find out about some of my shipping secrets on the business day. So that would be on the Wednesdays. We're going to talk about shipping out and like all the business side of it. Also on Amazon, I mentioned before about having the pouches. So if you have a regular printer, you're trying to keep your costs real low, you want to just use what you have, you're not looking to really get a thermal printer right now, you can use whatever printer you have. If you have a pigment ink printer, it will not run, it will not smear. So you can just kind of put that on there, whether you do a sticker paper or if you're going to glue, go old school and glue it down, or if you're just going to tape down the edges, you can just, just print it and then go. But if you have dye-based inks, you want to either cover that. I used to also use my clear 651 because I could not stand that whole tape thing. So I used to put my clear 651 on it. That got kind of annoying, constantly cutting that down. And then I moved into getting the pouches. So you can put their shipping label in, like the packing slip, and, put a note in there. I had instruction sheets in there. And on the front, you would put the label so that they can actually scan it, which worked out better. I learned that that was the better way of doing it, because although I use pigment ink and it didn't smear, if they're like throwing it and tossing it around and it gets scratched up or something, it may not scan. So some packages, even though it was moving, I didn't always get the scan to know the next place it was at, because they said, like, I learned it after the fact that if it gets scratched up, it may not read. So I wanted to protect and to make sure I knew where it was every step of the way. So I started investing into the little pouches, and it's just a little adhesive on the back. You take it off, you put it onto your box, you put your papers and stuff in there, and then there's another seal on it. I'm pretty sure you guys have gotten packages that have those on it. So you can get that from, get those from Amazon, or, any office supplies place that you buy your supplies from, like Uline, or I think something like Granger, you can get it from there, places like that. The other thing that you're going to need if you decide to do a thermal print is going to be labels. You can get free labels through certain resources. Again, we will talk about that on the business day of the different seminars. So you can get free labels. There's a way to get those, or you can research it on your own on how to get those free labels, but you can also get them from Amazon as well. And we use Rolos. We have the old school, which now it does have a Bluetooth adapter. And we also have the newer one, which is wireless. And we can they actually have their own shipping as well. And they have shipping rates and discounted shipping rates. So if you get a Rolo, you can check out their rates and you're going to get discounts through them as well. So we have that one. We can send it from our phone. We can send it from the computer. You also have ones like Dymo. There's just a bunch of different ones on the site, on Amazon, or just on different sites. What I like about the Rolo one was just the different sizes that you can use, because you can also print out your own fragile labels. So if you're trying to save on money, yes, you can go to the stores and you can get those labels that are red and they'll say fragile or thank you stickers. You can still do it with the other ones as well. But the Rolo one took a lot of different sizes for our shirts. So we put this little tag right here on the bags for our shirts that has our QR code and the size. This was done. So this really small label right here, we were able to just send that through our Rolo printer. If any of you guys have ever gotten the 812 cartridges from 812 chips from us, that little clear sticker that's on the front, that's done through thermal. We can literally print out hundreds of those within a matter of seconds, minutes. So the thermal printer serves a lot of like great purposes outside of just shipping, because there's no ink involved. Of course, there is no color. Everything's going to be black and white, or you can just print 2 colored labels and things like that. But it's a great resource for your business. I highly recommend the Rolo one. They can be a bit pricey for some, but they are absolutely amazing. And you have ones like Dymo and then some other brands as well that you can look into. But I really think that everyone who's in business, whether you do a lot of shipping or not, if you want to have custom stickers, just a thank you sticker, you want to put fragile, you want to put do not drop, do not break, do not bend, and you don't want to have to buy a bunch of stickers like from Amazon and things like that, and having all these different ones, you can make them as needed and print them from there. I even design and print them right from Silhouette Studio. So you don't have to have a special software to be able to send them to those printers. I design it in Silhouette Studio and I send them to print from Silhouette Studio right to my Roland printer. Okay. I said Roland, Rolo. Yes, you can get that from them and they will ship them to you. For me, it just took a long time. So if you need them, you may have to go get some in the meantime, but they will ship them to you. But you have to wait. It's not like, okay, I'm gonna order it today, they're gonna put it in the mail tomorrow. They make you wait. All right. Let's see. I have a package that is 3 pounds going to Utah and shipping is $60. Help. Okay, so it's going to Utah. Let me know the zip code it's going from and then the zip code it's going to. Now, if this is why I like these sites, because you are able to see what that shipping rate is before you even give your customer the quote. You guys can't change it. They are giving you discounts. And here's the reason why you're getting those discounts. If you're doing a lot of shipping, like Nike and all them, they're not going through Shippo and all these different places. They have their own accounts. If you do high volume, they give you those discounted rates. So when you're shipping through any of these places, you're taking advantage of the fact that they have thousands of people going through their site that's buying labels through their site and shipping them out. So they are the ones that really hold that account for the high volume account, because it's essentially going through them. All right. They are the ones you're paying Shippo, but you don't pay UPS directly at that point, or USPS, Shippo, Pirate Ship, ShipStation, PayPal, all of them. They're going to eventually pay one big amount to these different entities. Okay. So you're taking advantage of that. Now, if you get to a point where you are shipping out high volume, okay, you scaled up, you're shipping out hundreds and to thousands of packages per day. That is my prayer for everyone. Then you're going to want to set up your own. You want to have your own account for that. Now, when you first go into it, know that you might take a hit compared to the prices that you had before, because they need to verify and make sure that you're going to really be consistent. And so the more you ship out, the better your rates will get. Same thing like with Etsy. It's not your account with these particular entities. It's through Etsy. And because a lot of shipping filters through their site, and Etsy is then paying them at one time for these shipping labels, you may see a discounted rate if you use Etsy shipping options. I've never used their option. Okay. I was still waiting on to let me know the zip codes from where to where, but you cannot change it. Even with the discounted rates, you cannot change that. And you should not be eating that cost. If it is something that is heavy and it's going from way down here in Miami, way up to Seattle, you're going to probably end up paying a bit of money. If it's going to an area that's not like a major city, sometimes you pay more for that because they have to fly it into a major city and then, get it to those rural areas. So that can affect your price as well. You cannot change that. You should not be eating that cost. The same way when they go through other places, they're going to have to. Now, it is a little bit different for small businesses because you don't have that high volume of shipping out, but they're used to paying shipping unless it's somewhere like Amazon. But there's a unique thing to Amazon. You can't ever compare yourself to them getting free shipping through, free 2-day shipping through Amazon, because it's not a shipping carrier that's delivering it to them. Amazon has their own workers, so it's a little bit different in them being able to offer that service and at that price. All right, I'm not sure if you're still on, but I would definitely look it up for you if you let me know the zip codes. $60 is a lot, but also think about the box and the size that you're using for that box. Now, having a website and somewhere where it's really integrated. I know I've done some stuff through Etsy, but I don't think that Etsy calculates it for you. You have to then just like tell it like on Etsy and just say, okay, well, if your order is this amount, or if you order this amount of things, this is what your rate is. Now, you could either be saving on shipping or you could be losing on shipping doing it that way. Because once they, let's say they add a whole bunch of stuff and you've never had a big order like that, well, you've already committed to them paying only $10. If they then say it's $15, that is on you. But I like websites like Shopify because once a customer comes in, we've put in all of our shipping, the weight of every last item. As they add it to their cart, it's going to calculate that shipping, and based off of that shipping, it's going to give our customers, hey, this is what your shipping rate is. If they decide to, okay, well, that's too rich for my blood, nothing that I can do. I'm not going to offer free shipping. Like, as a small business owner, that's not always the best practice, because if something happens, I'm going to tell you, this is a free gem that I teach in my Shopify class, and I teach this in my creative business class. One of the reasons why I don't recommend free shipping or incorporating the extra shipping into your price to cover shipping. When you do that, if you have to refund, if they have to send it back, should something happen, they're going to try and do a chargeback. You might lose money anyway. So whether you want to take it back or not, but in the case where something gets lost or you have to refund it, it's broken, it was a mistake on your part, because you've built the shipping into it, they are going to expect you to refund that entire amount. You're not telling them that, hey, this is this price and okay, and we added on the shipping to it. You're trying to, cover it up and make it just seem like, oh, it's free shipping, but I put the shipping onto the cost of the item. So if it gets damaged or whatever, and let's say your tumbler was $20, well, you said it was $28 plus free shipping. Well, if you have to refund that, they don't know, they got free shipping. Yes, you paid that $8 for the shipping, but to them, they got free shipping. So they're going to be looking for a refund of $28. So be careful with using that strategy of trying to seal the deal or secure the sale and padding the shipping into your price, or even offering free shipping, because you're looking at, like, even if you didn't pad it, you're just okay with something small, I'm going to just offer free shipping. If you have to refund it and now you're giving all that money back, there is nothing to cover that shipping cost. And you can't put in your terms and conditions, you'll get a refund minus the shipping cost, because guess what? You never told them upfront what that shipping cost was. So you can't go and say, okay, well, we're going to take it off because it cost me this amount for shipping. And they're going to say, well, how do I know that? You can show them a receipt. Well, how do I know that's going to be mine? Because it's just going to show the zip code. So you have to be very, very mindful of that strategy of free shipping or padding it into your cost of goods. Okay. All right. Any questions before I go into the last part? I'm going to wrap it up. Any questions for me in regards to shipping? Has this helped you? And the reason why I did this, my apprentice now, I was helping her with shipping out her items. And she was like, she didn't know about this. She would have went and waited in line and, paid the higher shipping. She knew nothing about these shipping options. So we got her all set up on Pirate Ship. She was able to get a really great rate for those. She walked across the street, dropped it off, and it was like, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. It was all done. So I took for granted people knowing about these options. I guess I was lucky enough to where someone at the post office let me know about it. I'm like, this is your job, but she did let me know about it. And I think for her, it was more so, hey, you can still come in here, but you can get your labels home and you don't have to worry about it. But I was blessed in that I learned about this early on, and I did not have the struggles of worrying about paying too much for shipping. Any questions for me? Last call for questions for the professor. Was this helpful for anyone? Okay, no, it is still working over there. All right. All right, well, we're gonna wrap up then. No questions. I don't think y'all need my last little gem because obviously it's not helpful for anyone. No one's responding. No questions. So we'll save my last gem for those who attend our creative business summer school and our seminars. You guys will get the last tip in the Wednesday sessions. All right. Don't forget to visit our website, shop.hsink365.com. That is where you can sign up for all of our classes. All of our classes come with unlimited access to the playbacks of them. So it's not limited. You don't get like just a week. You get lifetime access to it to be able to go back and watch as many times as you need. With our products, they get shipped out same day. So if you order today, it'll still get shipped out today. You may not get it depending on where your order is going to until like Saturday or Monday because it is a Friday. And we don't ship out on weekends anymore. But we do try and ship out just as fast as Amazon. So just definitely check out the website, shop.hsink365.com for your sublimation paper, sublimation ink, pigment ink. We're out of chip resellers right now, but they'll be back soon. We have the tacky paper. We do still have the cartridges, and for the old school workforces, we have the cartridges and the chips for the new school workforces and your syringes and needles and things like that over on the website. So thank you guys for joining me. Until next time, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity and be incredible. Peace.